Well, Matt, those discussions actually also took place at Shannon Airport. That was the venue that the two sides finally could agree on. So they met in the VIP lounge just behind me yesterday afternoon after President Trump's arrival from Portsmouth. The big question for a lot of the Irish media was whether this entire trip by President Trump was to promote that golf course you just mentioned. He said, no, I wanted to visit the UK because of my special relationship with the Brits, and I wanted to come to Ireland to see my Irish friends and Mr. Varadkar, the Irish Prime Minister. Mr. Varadkar had a question fired at him by the Irish press about the costs associated with that visit. He essentially pointed to the value of trade between the US and Ireland as offsetting any associated expenses.
Much more importantly than security costs is the relationship between Ireland and the United States. A massive economic power, a massive political power. The relationship and the good bilateral relationship between Ireland and America is worth a lot more than 10 million. Trade between the two countries could hit 1 trillion a year in the future, and we need to see it in that context.
Well, $1 trillion a year seems a little ambitious just now. To run you through some of the current numbers, and I know that we have those statistics available for our viewers, the services trade between Ireland and the US saw a net deficit of 29.5 billion euros. In terms of goods, there is a surplus going from Ireland to the US, and that's potentially one of the reasons why the US Treasury Department just last week added Ireland to a watch list of economies that need to be more closely monitored. The other topic that the president touched on during his conversations with Mr. Varadkar was Brexit, and of course that's been a huge challenge for the Irish over the last 2 years of negotiations between the EU and the UK, essentially pointing to the idea, when you look at what the OECD says about this potentially prompting a recession here in Ireland if there's a disorderly Brexit, something the Irish finance minister acknowledged in an interview with us yesterday presents a, quote, key challenge for the Irish economy. Mr. Trump said, so long as they can sort out the problems around the border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, something that's been incredibly thorny throughout those discussions, then everything would be, quote, very, very good when it comes to Brexit and the Irish economy. That, of course, is something that Mr. Varadkar not entirely thrilled to have put out there in the public domain because, of course, that's something his government has repeatedly said is unlikely to be the case.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.